Thank you to the chair once again. And I know panel discussions sound very boring prima facie, but and this is not going to be those exciting topics which you see on the news channels where everyone is screaming and they don't make any sense. Today we will make sense, a lot of sense, and we are going to talk about how we can improve this program. We all have seen what Spark is. You have all been part of that, the teachers, the principals, and the students, but we want to make it even better. So in that respect, we have certain dimensions of this program, some sub-themes are there, and I think before we start, this program has been going on in all districts now. From the State Department side, some districts have taken their own initiative and they have extended this program, somewhere in other schools and colleges under their own initiative. So that way also it's expanding. We heard our Honorable Chief Minister speaks about it, that they will be further expanding this program. So I am really happy that this is growing. And if it's growing, then we need to make sure that it grows in the right direction. And that is why this panel discussion becomes very important. So first, I think the first sub-theme of this discussion is basically on the implementation opportunities and challenges. This has been an exercise which you all have been through, all of them have been through. So what are the challenges and how we can improve the implementation of this program? So let's hear it. We'll start with the principal of Government Girls from Jowai. And we'll follow it with others. So others, you can keep your points ready. Be brief, because we have to wind up there are 5 sub-themes. We have 30 minutes, and we are the ones standing between lunch and, the students. So, keep your points precise. Keep your points ready. The first sub-theme, as I said, is on implementation, opportunities, and challenges. So quickly, we'll hear from the principal from Government Girls Jowai. You have a mic?
Hello. Very good afternoon to everyone present, to our Sir Swapnil, who is a guiding star in taking ahead this very important program. Spark program is one of the most important program for our students. I should say it has truly enlightened the minds, especially in the students of my school. I am the in-charge principal of Government Girls High Secondary School, Jowai, and I'm really glad that initially at the time when the team from the Spark came to visit my school at the time, it was at the time when I had just joined there as the in-charge principal. I have full of doubts whether to accept the program or not. Initially, when I learned about it, I was so much of doubt whether we should go ahead with the program, because I feel that maybe it might drop the teachers of their time for taking classes and all. However, when I learned later that this program has these diversified activities to be given to the students, it really gives me so much of joy. So with regards to this program, I would like to say that this type of program needs to be enhanced, needs to be continued. I would be very happy if this program be again introduced in my institution. I should say that most of my students sometimes really have that fear. They don't even have the courage to stand up and to speak. I can still recall many of my students who shivers a lot when they were asked to speak on stage. But I should say kudos to all the team members from the Spark who have guided and who have really put forward their strength and who have put so much of their initiative in guiding my students. Time and again, I used to go and visit and enter the classroom, and I feel that these type of programs should be continued, and I really expect the best in the years to come. Thank you, sir.
So can we come to the, so the main sub-theme here is challenges. So what are the challenges you faced, or what are the opportunities you see? I request all other panel members to also stick to the sub-theme so that we can have a productive discussion.
Yes,
so challenges.
When it comes to, yes, sir, when it comes to the challenges, actually, sir, with a 10 days period given to us, I will say that when it comes to these challenges, we find that it has, I should say, in one day, it will take half a day of their class of the students. So in that way, I will say that it has robbed some of the classes. So therefore, it becomes a challenge. I wish that in order that we will be able to continue with this, to go up with these challenges, such programs can also be held even on Saturdays also, sir.
Okay, we move on to Principal of Tirot Singh Memorial Government Higher Secondary School. Shri Frederick Marwein, challenges and opportunities.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, and very good afternoon to all of you. Sir, to be
please hold the mic closer so that.
To be very specific, we have a lot of challenges being school in rural areas. Classroom is small. That is one part where students are, have little space to move, and the platform is small also for them, so that is a bit of a hindrance for them to move and to speak and to share whatever they have to participate in the program. That is number one. Number two, all the students are like sort of motley crew, sir. We have students from different schools from rural areas, because our school is not an amalgamated school. We have classes only from 9, 10, 11, and 12, sir. So when they come to the school, it is very hard to communicate with them. That is a big challenge for us. And teachers have to struggle a lot for that. And when we speak to them in English, they'll nod their head. But then when we ask them, do you understand? They'll say, yes, we understand. But then they don't know what we are talking to them. So we have to talk to them in the local language. Then we realize that they don't understand English that much, and we have to always communicate with them in mixed with English and Khasi. That is the big challenge for us, sir.
On that note, I just want to add, we have been talking about consolidation of schools, why it is so important. A school complex, as NEP says, should have from pre-primary to class 12th, all these, so that whomsoever enters in pre-primary, he doesn't have to change school till he, reaches class 12th. So that is the idea of a composite school. In our state, we have different type of school and standalone school. We'll have a pre-primary somewhere else, we'll have a LP, UP different, then we'll have secondary, then what he talked about is higher secondary separate. So what happens is that on an average, a student has to change schools at least 3 to 4 times. And that is the time when there is a possibility of dropping out. So that is something which we all need to talk about. We have been sharing through social media, through discussion papers on consolidation. So I hope that rings a bell to everyone out there, who are deciding the policy. So now any other challenges you would like to add, or we move to the next? Quickly.
Another challenge is that, most of the parents, they're having this sort of apathy towards education, sir. Whenever we call for parents' meeting, first time when I joined the school, when we call for parents' meeting, only very parents turn up for the parents' meeting. Then slowly, now they've started coming, and just a few days back, we had parents' meeting, and parents have started to respond to our call. And we are trying to bring changes in the school, and it has been a slow acceptance, sir. But then now they have accepted what we are trying to do in the school.
We move on to a teacher. We have Srimati Valarie from Laitphlang.
Yes.
Yeah. Challenges.
A very good afternoon, sir. First thing, I will move just the opposite of what sir has said. Actually, when Spark program came into our school, at first, as a teacher, we were skeptical, how will our children behave, whether they will be misbehave with them or not, because as teachers also we find it very tough. But then the Spark, the resource person, the teachers who came to our school has kept the bar so high that we have seen our student interact. We have seen our student enjoy the program, each and every program. Even the one who is afraid to come in front and speak, they came forward. And we have seen the changes. And the challenges that I want to say it here, it's on us as teachers who are teaching there from 9 to 3. Being with them, most of the time, as one teacher has said, that we are focusing only on completing the syllabus. Although we are trained how to motivate children, how to teach them well, how to draw the best in them. But then we are focused within that 40 times or 40 minutes or 45 given to us. We have to teach, we have to form them, because teachers is not only teaching, we have to form them, we have to correct them. So if we rely so much on making the class enjoyable, we'll lag behind with the syllabus. So I said that we have again, when Spark came, we have to again think how to draw the attention of the students. As they listen to us, they also will get something knowledgeable, and also they will be, they will be enjoying the classes, not only being there just physically. Thank you.
I think it's a very wonderful point made that we are always thinking about syllabus. This is to all the principals and teachers out there. So earlier, when we thought, anything extra than syllabus, we called it extracurricular. Sports, soft skills, life skills. Then we realized, it's also important. Then we called it co-curricular. Okay, so we'll do it with curricular. And now we are realizing that maybe it's even more important. So it has become part of the curriculum. So that's how it's evolving. And all these things, as our Chief Minister also highlighted, this is so important for your personal growth and for the growth of our state. So continuing on challenges, we have another principal, Srimati Lynette from Umthlong. So please, challenges.
So thank you, sir. So talking about challenges, before I move to the poor communication skills, I will just go back to the barrier of language, be it English or Hindi, Khasi, Garo. Okay? So there's a misconception that English, for instance, is just a subject where you have to just muck up and study and get a good grade. But they forget that language itself is a language where you have to use it. You have to learn how to communicate in that language. So that is a challenge. I feel students, not just from our school, but especially the rural areas, they have poor communication skills. They are reluctant to interact in class. It's all because of the language problem. I think that is a barrier in itself. And one more thing, I feel, like Ms. Valarie pointed out, I feel another challenge is for the teachers. So yes, it's not easy for us teachers to, to be like the very good trainers of avenues. We can't teach them soft skills, life skills every day. So, but then I feel when we work together, I feel very happy that this program is going to continue. But if we work together, I think we will make a difference, because we teachers need to equip ourselves with all the right tools to eradicate this communication problem that students face. And teachers should be motivated, they should be dutiful, so that we can prepare our student for whatever comes, opportunities or challenges in life.
Thank you. We also have a representative from Avenues, the implementing partner. So Jasmine, you can add from your side, because of course we have heard from principals and teachers who are always there, but you go there for 10 days. So how do you, what are the challenges you face in implementing this? Because logistically, not logistically, but in other terms, in terms of the response, in terms of getting them to perform and speak, which we saw today. So what are the challenges on those lines?
Thank you, sir. Before I step into the answer, I would just want to say thank you to our panel members for having so warmly welcoming us into your campuses. when we first started the project, there were multiple challenges that we anticipated that we would face on ground, and many of them which you have already cited just now. But as a team, when we go out, we try our best to not only be the force that you look at and wish, like Lynette was saying, you know, sometimes we come into the campuses and as teachers, we can't be as great trainers as Avenues trainers are. But at the end of the day, we try to marry not only the education system into the informal education system that we are trying to put into the schools through our curriculum in terms of activities, in terms of peer feedback, in terms of group discussions that we conduct in the classrooms. But it's also an understanding that we have with each other to not feel a sense of maybe threat. I would call it out as a threat because of the fact that, you know, we are with y'all just for 10 days. After that, what happens to the students? After that, how are we going to take forward the classes? And that is something that was a challenge for us, but now because of the fact that we've had many discussions and we do plan to take this program forward, the challenges will still be there, but they will be minimal in nature. Because based on our responses that we've had, the only challenge that we face is a challenge where we are not able to work together, which now we can actually look forward to, because there is a hope that when we do go into schools again for the Spark program, we intend to equip and develop certain tool sets, skill sets and mindsets that we would like to impart with our teachers so that they could be the mediums to take it forward as well in schools. There have been many challenges, so that is just one.
Sorry to interrupt, but that's my job as a moderator, so I will interrupt. And we want to close this section on challenges. So challenges, dear students, as your panel members have said, you know, sometimes it's a challenge that they have other things. They have to take regular classrooms. The regular classes, they have to complete the syllabus. The classroom size is short. The cooperation from maybe parents, from teachers. So all these challenges are there. But I'm sure, and what we are seeing, the transformation in you is a testimonial itself that you have already, they are able to overcome these challenges. So that was the first sub-theme. Now I want to move to the second, but again, I request all the panel members to be really brief and to the point. So the next point is that best practices in this Spark. So what was it, that one thing which you liked the most? That one thing. So I want a short answer. It's not a essay type answer. It's a short answer, so please keep it short. We'll start with Dr. Sumer from Government Girls Jowai. One thing which you really liked. There are many things, which you can like in this program, but then one is, what is the best thing you like? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. The best thing that really impressed me was public speaking from the part of the students. I can see so much of vibration. They enjoy coming to school in these days, and they really participated so well. And they really miss all the team from the Spark, the team members from Spark. They miss, especially for Miss Eva, because she really motivates and guides and lifts all the faces of my students during that time.
All right, so public speaking. Then we move on to Frederick.
Okay, thank you, sir. As ma'am had said, public speaking is one, but then, the activities through STEM, that also is one part which is very important, and I feel that is good, components of Spark, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you for bringing this word out, STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. This has become the focus of right now secondary education, the NEP, the Ministry of Education, because this is very important to generate, interest in you to learn, because science is that having that kind of a flair that it can generate. In fact, there's a new word called STEAM. STEM has now become STEAM with the A, which stands for arts. So even in that, we need to do some activities, creative learning. So basically, we have started these STEM labs in some of the schools. And I don't know if you've seen the youth centers which are there, the CM youth centers across Meghalaya. So these are having different devices. And you can go there, you can innovate, you can make projects, you can learn, you can, do so many things. So this is, of course, we wanted this to be part of our Spark, and it is a very integral part of Spark. So communication, public speaking, STEM. What next? I think, yeah, ma'am.
Sir, I actually liked all the 3 soft skills that we have there, but you asked me to choose only one.
Yeah, yes.
So I'm going to choose kindness, because it encompasses so many things within that. Because I feel that students can become successful, can become anything in life, but one thing, you have to become a good human being.
Wonderful. That's my favorite too, the kindness, because we never talk about this. We talk about everything else but kindness. But when you grow up, this is just an advice from somebody who has had 10, 15 years of work experience. Money will interest you in the initial couple of years, and when after that you have a decent earning, money will be of no meaning to you. The only thing which will give you happiness is that you have contributed something back to the community. If you are able to help someone, and the sooner you learn this thing, the more happier you can be in your life. So that's why we wanted to put this kindness, which is very important to us. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so for me, it is the fun and the laughter. When Spark came, there was so much life in the school campus. You could see them cheering and clapping and, yes, so all the activities that Spark brought into our school. And this made us realize as teachers that we forget, we become complacent and we forget to bring life into the classroom. So I feel this is very important.
Wonderful. I think, in whatever we do, it should not be boring. It should be really fun to do. That's how you engage everyone, and especially in the younger age group. So it has to be fun. It has to catch your attention in this age of social media, and where so many distractions are there. It's very difficult. As teachers and principals, you'll agree to this, to get the attention of students. I think is the most challenging thing, for you all right now. So fun, yeah, it has to be fun, and I'm sure it was fun for you all. You want to add, as a trainer, what do you think is the best part as a trainer? From the side of a trainer?
The best part was actually coming together every day and creating a day plan every day, because going into those classrooms, even though you have a set day plan already planned, you sense the classes, you sense the students, you come back and you have those evening practices that we have with our team. We call it a best practice for us as well. So when the classes are done, we come back, we decide what we could better improve, and how we could incorporate articulation, resilience, and kindness in many ways every day as daily practices.
Wonderful. So to sum up this segment, where we ask them the best practices, so the public speaking of it, the kindness, the STEM and the fun part of it, that these are basically, the best what they have felt. Now moving on to the next segment is that you all have seen after this program, how they have changed, how they have transformed. So now, does it help you in some way? Like when your students can express better in the teaching or in the classroom or in the school in terms of participation, how does it help you? And what changes have you seen? So these 2 things, how does it help you and what changes you have seen? Quickly, we'll start with Dr. Sumit. She's making notes. She has made a long note on her palm. Yeah.
Well, sir, I should say that actually I don't teach. I just go and enter sometimes in the classroom. However, within the assembly, because as now there's a notification that has come from your department previously that we need to allow our students to, take the assembly. There, I can see a platform for our students. They come, they speak, and that, I should say, is the impact that Spark has given to us. So that's one big change that I've seen. And the fact that we have had it just for 10 days, that's why I think it's not enough. We need to go on with the program. Thank you, sir.
All right. Noted, point well noted. Ba.
Thank you, sir. As what ma'am said, I also don't teach. Because previously I was in the office.
No, but one point I want to mention here, we don't have to take classes to be a teacher.
Yes,
just by observing you, they will learn a lot from you.
Sure, sir.
You being the principal, the head mistress, and all that. They are always learning from you. So in a way, you're teaching.
Yes, sir. Sure, sir. But then we do enter the class, then sometimes we address the students. And the transformation that I could see is, before Spark, students hardly wish the teachers, that is number one. Then when they speak, the eye contact is not there. then they hardly ask questions in the classroom. After Spark, I've seen a lot of transformation. They have confidence, composure to speak, then they start asking questions. When you talk to them, they have that eye contact, and most importantly, they wish teachers whenever they meet them, and that has really lifted up the spirit of teachers.
Wonderful, wonderful. This eye contact, what he said, it's very important. So whenever you are speaking to somebody or to audience, you have to make that eye contact. The moment you look down, that is a kind of body language which tells you're not confident. So if you are having a little anxiety, the first thing you should do not speak. Just look at everyone. And once you have had that eye contact, you will feel much more confident. So that's a tip for you, madam.
I'm surrounded by principal. I'm the only teacher here, so I'll have more contact with the students. And one thing I've seen that there is a lot of changes, especially last year after the program. The way they greet you, the way they wish when you enter the classroom, the way they stand, the way they ask you questions. You look at the back of the classroom, there are lots of wall of kindness, they say. And they try to live up to that. But as they say, children, they learn fast and they forget faster also. So as time goes, now we are back to square one. So it's on the part of a teacher, again, to draw the best in them, to keep on forming, teaching, and motivating them.
Okay, wonderful. Yes.
So, sir, I will leave articulation and resilience. I will touch on kindness. So yes, this program, it has really impacted not only the students, but the teachers. It's really wonderful to see the transformation. Well, it has impacted me in a way that I feel this kindness, it's very important. I believe it's a virtue that is needed in today's school. It is very important. One thing I would like to, I thought about this. Why not have LOs, learning outcomes, related to kindness as well? Another thing I thought about is why don't we have, like at the end of the year, we give attendance, 100% attendance award. We can have a kind child or kindness award as well. This will motivate students in that aspect.
Thank you. I think that's a wonderful suggestion. Learning outcomes. As I don't know if you are aware that every textbook or every chapter has some learning outcomes. It's called LOs, which NCERT came up with long time back. So basically, when you are teaching as a teacher, you should know what are the learning outcomes. So after the class, you all are supposed to have learned all that, right? So for kindness also, we can come up. I think if somebody is from DERT or NCERT is listening, because this is being streamed live, so this is something food for thought for you all to come up with. So wonderful. You want to add something to that?
You asked if how has it impacted us as teachers,
as trainers.
So as a trainer and as part of the training team, for us, the actual implementation and practice of the best practices that we conduct and choose to conduct in classrooms on ourselves. Because if we don't practice it ourselves, then how do we expect that to be transferred or transmitted into the classrooms? So that has actually impacted us in positive ways, because it has opened up our minds to be more curious and find out ways to create more best practices that can be taken into the classrooms. But first of all, we practice it on ourselves. So that's the impact and the kind of encouragement that the program has brought to us as a training team to practice what we preach.
All right, so let's conclude this segment. Next, I have a very interesting question. So this spark is for obviously for our students so that they do well in all these segments. But do we need something similar, a spark for teachers? Some specially curated program, especially for teachers, because as one of the points which has come up is that after the program is done, there is a drop. So what do we do to, on that? So what if our teachers are also trained on that front so that they can sustain what the team has done? So my question, again, I'll repeat, should there be a spark for teachers?
Yes, sir.
That's your answer, yes?
Yes.
You want to elaborate?
Yes, definitely. Because I should say that this is such a new thing that's happening in the school environment. It is highly appreciated, and I wish that teachers also should be trained, some kind of a refresher course, some kind of a short-term training for them, which is very, very essential. In order that we too, as teachers, let me correct myself, I don't say that I have mentioned that I don't teach. Actually, I'm still teaching. Though I'm the in-charge principal, I'm teaching political science in the school. But I'm teaching in the higher secondary level. That's why I don't teach these younger students. However, I go and meet them. But what I feel is that it is so essential that our teachers too needs to be trained on these lines so that they become lively and sometimes full of life and vibration. And this will really bring happiness and kindness in the classroom, sir.
Wonderful. So that's a one yes. Yeah.
Okay. Like what ma'am said, before going to the teachers, let me first put it this way. In our school, Spark program has been conducted only for class 9 and 10. And the students that are left out are class 11 and 12. So might as well include them in this program. That is number one, because they also needed this. Because what happened is, of course, they are promoted from class 9 and 10, but then some other students also are coming from other schools. That is number one. Number two, teachers has a lot of role to play in building up the confidence of the students. So it is very important that teachers should get this foundation course, because in the first pilot project, the only teachers that is involved with Spark are the class teachers, not all the teachers. So it is very important that all teachers should be involved. When we are imparting Spark program in the school, then all teachers should also be involved, and they should attend the Spark program, sir, so that it does not drop out after the program is done.
All right. Well put up, madam.
As they say, learning is a continuous process, sir. So as a teacher, I welcome that, because whatever we are as teachers is for the students. So we welcome any training, anything to motivate, to form our students. Thank you.
Wonderful. I just want to mention that in NEP, it talks about every teacher should have trainings for 50 hours every year, continuous professional development. 50 hours every year they should spend on some kind of training. So now, of course, we have a DERT, we have diets and all. We have only 7 diets in our state. We have 55,000 teachers in our state. So that's a challenge to ensure that every teacher gets 50 hours of CPD. So that's a big challenge we are working on, maybe on hybrid, online, offline. There's something going on. So yeah, it's very important that we train our teachers, and this component is also important on soft skills, like how to sustain the momentum made by this program. Continuing, yeah.
Hello. Okay. So yes, so we do need these professional development programs from time to time. Teachers also need more trainings like these for more articulation, to be resilient. It's not only the children that need to be resilient, we adults also do need that. And kindness. In the workplace, we find a lot of, conflict, right? So these trainings are very crucial and important also for teachers and other workplace also. Yes, sir.
Okay. For you, I have a different question, because this is, so all have agreed that there should be a Spark for teachers. So how this Spark for teachers will be different from the current version, which is for the children? Quickly, I mean, we don't like, all the points, maybe 1-2 points. How will it be different? How do you approach teachers different than students?
I think before we take it to the teachers, we have to conduct a little survey and a little sit down with the teachers and understand what their challenges are that they're facing in the classrooms, and also as professionals, and from a personal perspective too, as adults, and come up with tailor-designed curriculums that suit their needs, and also facilitation skills that I think we all need that in the classrooms. So I think, first of all, sit down with the teachers is most important.
All right. I have a follow-up question on this. So we do talk of lot of teacher trainings, and we have so many programs, DERT is doing, we are doing some. Sometimes teachers feel that there are too many trainings, right? There are too many trainings. We are not getting time to teach. When do we teach if there are so many trainings? So I just want to know the thought of especially the teacher here and also the principal. So we'll start with the teacher. How do you feel when you get like, some kind of letter that you are being deputed for, so-and-so training? Do you feel burdensome or you look forward to the learning? You can be frank, although it's being streamed live, still I request you to be, blunt.
Frankly speaking, sir, whenever we get a letter, of course we grumble. That is human nature because we are thinking about syllabus. 1 week I'm going to be out of the school and how I'm going to cover up with this syllabus. We are thinking about syllabus always. So of course, another part of me we always want to get more knowledge so that we can transfer it to students. But another part of me as a teacher, if I don't complete, I have to ask them to come for extra class, some more work on me. So as human being, I think we always choose the easier side.
Okay, that's wonderful. But the importance of training is that we all need to, not just you need to learn definitely, but even, we as teachers or administrators, the world is changing so fast. The technology is changing so fast that every day there's something new. If you buy a mobile today, tomorrow a better version will come and yours will become obsolete in no time. Same is with technology. So we have to constantly update ourselves with knowledge. If you do, let's say, diploma in something and that technology goes away, something new comes. So you cannot keep on holding to that. You have to, go back to the field again. You have to do another diploma maybe of something irrelevant. That's why it's very important. These kind of trainings are very important. Of course, it's a challenge for the teachers to balance syllabus, academics, so many programs, school administration, and all that. But at the end of the day, these things are very, very important. Maybe some of the principals would like to add, if you want to add something on this teacher training.
Yes, sir. See, I feel that, let me first say this quote. It's never too late to learn. That is number one. And for me, always I try to push teachers because I'm in the education department and we always send letters to teachers for training. And as ma'am said, they always grumble. Okay. But then I always tell them that you please, if you have the opportunity, please go and attend as many trainings as you can. Because from each and every training, you will get new information, new resources to build, your to develop yourself in your professional life. So training is very important, and I always used to tell them, please, whenever you call for training, if you can, please attend as much as you can, sir.
Wonderful. Yeah, please.
So we often talk about early intervention when it involves learning, right? But we forget about those who fell in the crack, like students who, especially post-COVID, they didn't get these kind of trainings. So here as well, I'm talking about teachers here. We do need these kind of trainings also. It's very important. Capacity building programs and professional development programs are very important. And I would be very happy if I get a letter from Spark, if they are starting another program, Spark program, yes.
Okay.
Right, so regarding myself, I should say that we hardly had any training. Some of the teachers, of course, they do attend some of the training. Myself, I have taught in the school for long years of 27 years. And I should be really thankful to the COVID times. That was the only time that I could get to train myself through that online training platform where the education department have introduced that program in order to be able to teach our students the online classes at that time. So what I should recommend or I should suggest here that training program is very important for the teachers, especially from the part of the Spark. These type of programs is so essential because normally for teachers we only do traditional methods of teaching. So the incorporation of the modern method of teaching is so important within education. So thank you.
Thank you. I think on this sub-theme I just want to add to all the principals who are listening. So whenever we go, I have gone and organized many teacher trainings, and I see the same set of teachers coming in these Same. So every school, they have one teacher who's very excited about training, and then they always send that one teacher. But we need to rotate, to give chance to all the teachers to experience all these kind of things. So that's a request to all the principals out there. Moving to the last sub-theme, basically, how do we improve this? So I want from each panel member one suggestion. How do we, yes, it's a nicely curated program. We are seeing the results. There have been some suggestions already been made in this forum. Meanwhile, we discussed. But what is that one thing you would want to change or add to this program so that the next iterations in this year, we do it even better? So starting with you.
Yes, when we talk about change, as of now, we have only included students, just let's say, in my school, my school is a big institution. So for students of class 8 and 9, they have covered around 200 plus students. However, I feel that covering only classes 8 and 9 will not be enough. I don't feel that justice is done to the students if we have covered only classes 8 and 9. I feel that other classes should also be a part of the Spark program so that they can also share this type of training for them as students. This is what I want to share. Especially, I should say that most of the time, the students of the high secondary have been left out. Even teachers, they are not sent for training. So I feel that even high secondary students should also be included in this type of programs.
All right, wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like I've said before, class 11 and 12 has been left out. Of course, we would like to include them. That is my suggestion. And of course, they will be, class 9 and 10 will be promoted to 11 and 12. But then again, if they can avail again the same training to improve on themselves and to recapitulate on what they have done in class 9 and 10, that will be much, much appreciated, sir.
So basically expansion, both of the suggestions are on expansion. You have seen in the presentation that we have covered 5,000 plus students. But as I said in my talk, there are like 10 lakh students in our system. So thinking of the scale, we need to scale this program up. Yes.
Hearing from you, sir, from the beginning of this program, I know that you still have lots of school. Especially I want every corners of Meghalaya, villages especially, so that they will get to experience this. But coming back, we human beings, we are selfish, no? So I want to revisit, if it is possible, after completion of all the schools. I want to see again the smile, the happiness, and I want to hear the laughing, the laughter from the student. Thank you.
Okay, so I have one follow-up question again. All of you are saying to, the major suggestion here is to expand. So in which grade do you think it will be most appropriate to start this program? Of course, we are doing in class 8, 9. One of the aims is that by the time they reach class 10th, they are confident and they will perform better in the SSLC and HSSLC. That's one thought process. But so this is one follow-up question you can add. But before that, I think we can hear from you also. What is your one suggestion?
One suggestion is, like everybody said, is expansion. We are privileged to have been chosen to be a part of this program, but I feel all schools should get. But it's a challenge for avenues. So I feel that teacher, it should expand should go first to the teachers, because like they say, it should be a chain reaction. So once teachers are trained, then we can.
Right. So we will definitely, we will work on, how do we take it forward and reach more and more schools and students. But at what grade you think is appropriate, madam?
Hello. I should say that let us start with high secondary schools, classes 11 and 12. They too need a platform like this. If I look at my students coming from the rural background, we have students coming from different villages. As soon as they reach just Jowai only, if I ask one small question, they are not able to speak out. So I feel that this type of a training will help them to motivate them to build up that self-confidence in them.
Okay. You can, yeah. Which grades?
I would like both the secondary and the higher secondary.
All right.
Because children to primary still we get the OBS, no? So you start seeing the changes in behaviors as soon as they reach secondary and higher secondary where they need.
Secondary. Yeah. So basically, you have some different opinion, or you agree with secondary?
I feel we should catch them young, maybe class 6,
Right.
class 6, 7.
Okay.
Sir, I think both secondary and higher secondary, because of course they'll be promoted as I've said, but some of the students, especially those coming from economically backward family, after class 10 they went for some other trainings, or sometimes they stop going and to pursue for higher education. So what happened is, it's a big challenge for them to face life after class 10, sir. So if we start from class 8, 9, 10, then continue to high secondary, that will be the best solution for the students in this.
Thank you. Any final words from anyone before we do the summary? Anyone? Okay.
I'll just like to say that thank you and congratulations for the avenues and the government for starting this initiative. Thank you so much, sir.
All right. So this brings us towards the end of this discussion. I'll just quickly summarize. We talked about challenges. The main challenge is, of course, how do we balance academics and this soft skills or life skills or anything other than the syllabus or curriculum which we are doing. But we have to understand that, curriculum is a much bigger concept than syllabus. Syllabus is something, what you need to be taught through your textbooks. Curriculum is beyond that. Curriculum is also what are the other things you have to do. So this should be very well be a part of the curriculum because this is so important. So that is one challenge. We must accept it as a challenge. Of course, it's for the teachers to execute. We can only guide them and help them. But yeah, this is something which is very, very important. We talked of expanding this. We want to reach more and more school. We also talked about how there should be a spark for teachers, how we need to, maybe even start at class 6. Because, if you see the NEP, there is a different structure now between classes, right? And the major things, for example, vocational education, NEP recommends that you start with class 6th because, by the time elementary education ends, they are well equipped to understand the basics. And maybe you can start on all these things from class 6. So maybe we'll explore that as well. So it has been, I think, a wonderful discussion. There have been various good points which we will take, which are duly noted. I thank all the panel members for bringing out these wonderful points. I thank all the students who are out there listening patiently. Meanwhile, we were giving you food for thought. I know the only thought in your mind was for food. So we will not make you wait any longer. So you can go for your, refreshments or whatever is arranged for you. Thank you for listening. And if you have any, of course, we didn't invite, I think in the next time, this Avenues team can make a note of this. We can bring in some students also in the panel discussion. So if they have to contribute something, or maybe we can have an interactive session with the, students later on at some point of time. You can always send in your suggestions through various, mediums which are out there. From our YouTube, from our other handles, education department. In fact, I want to bring this to the notice of everyone that we need to talk about education. For the several years, this was not really a major issue perhaps, and then, the discourse was a little away from that. We have now aggressively, for the last 2 years, in fact, we have been pushing, we have been sharing information. In fact, we started a podcast on education to, bring on the best practices and to share with you. There are a lot of good things happening in education. It's just that we are not used to share all the good part. We are only focusing on what's not there. So let's focus on the good part. We have also, for you all, we have also started from Education Department a career podcast because it's very important that you all know what are the possible careers before you take decisions which stream to take, art, science, or commerce. You need to know what you want to do in life. So I want you to make use of this power of internet. There are, a lot of things which are bad also, which are very addictive, which are, which will waste your time. But there are also a lot of good content on internet. With anything, you can either use it as a boon or a bane. So it's up to you. So I encourage all the students to make good use of this internet and learn and get better so that the spark which we have created in you is sustained. So we'll close this panel discussion. I wish all the students all the best for their careers, for their academics and everything. Once again, I thank the members. and all the listeners who are out there here and also online where we are streaming. Thank you, Kuble Shabun Mithila.
Thank you so much, Sir Swapnil, for chairing that panel discussion. It was definitely a meaningful conversation, and I hope each and every student out here and all the teachers and the other principals who were not part of the discussion, I'm sure some change might be there in your mindset going forward on what you bring into your schools and your institutions, and the integration of Spark if it comes back later this year. I do have a very short, important segment right here. So we have Education Department, right? And we also have Avenues. So Avenues is the implementing agency, which means it provides training. However, this program has been initiated by the Education Department under the leadership of Sir Swapnil Tembe. He's like the main guy out there. Sir likes to play chess. He also likes to, of course, take long walks, and he started trekking recently. I saw one of his videos. He has a YouTube channel, so please follow his YouTube channel. And he very much connects with the youth. There was one funny Instagram reel that I saw of his, and of course it was very, very funny, and we wish him luck in that. So there are 3 people at the helm of the Education Department that right now we would like to appreciate and recognize. And to do the honors, I would like to call upon the Managing Director of Avenues, Shri Laitphlang Stone, to hand over a token of love, gratitude, appreciation, and of course the continuous support that these 3 individuals have done for the state as well as for the students of Meghalaya. So without any further ado, the first person is none other than the State Project Director, Sir Swapnil, sir. It'll be great if you receive this, small giveaway from the implementation agency, as a gesture of appreciation to your service and to your leadership. Everyone, let's clap for Sir Swapnil. We have a book for him, and of course, the memento. He can keep this in his desk. It's the Spark emblem, ladies and gentlemen, and he can keep that in his desk. A next special person is a very important guy, and you can call him Dr. Andrew Varjri. He is the Officer on Special Duty to the State Project Director, Sarva Shiksha, Government of Meghalaya. So, sir, thank you for being with us today, and we appreciate your leadership very, very, very much. And we have Ma'am Jennifer Syndrome, and who has played a key role. She is the one who communicates with Ma'am Duffy from Avenues all the time with letters and documents. Change this, change that, don't do this like this, don't do it like that. Like, she is, she's the best. And Education Department should be very, very proud of having her as part of their, department. Let's clap for Kong Jenny. We'll have one photograph, right in front. Thank you, sirs and lady. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to speed up the process, there are 2 things happening now. There will be the vote of thanks, and we will have the after movie. So you should be excited. Before you go for lunch, there's a short after movie. And I have this very important instruction. In the movie, it's not a movie, it's a clip. If you see yourself, if you see your schools, make sure you scream as loud as you can. Got it? Can you do that for me? Awesome. All right. Before I call Sir Andrew, I have a very important thing to say and to make sure each and everyone here listens to me right now. There is a total of 468 people here in this hall. 468. Students, principals, teachers, officials, bureaucrats, and so on. Let me clarify one thing. This is just one iteration that I want to make. The song that was sang by Miss Aniza earlier today is actually the state, the statehood song when Meghalaya, got 50 years. So it was in 2022. This song was released, and the element of this song is to connect with the state in itself. So I will reiterate that it's not a state anthem, it's actually a statehood song. It's known as Meghalaya, Home of the Clouds. Okay? Meghalaya, Home of the Clouds. And I'm so proud of Aniza because she sang the song really, really well. And all of us were like mesmerized by her performance. So anyways, that's one clarification I wanted to make. So without further ado, let us welcome Sir Andrew Wardry, Dr. Andrew Wardry, to give us the official vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Chairperson. It's been a long day, even though with the inclement weather, but we've been here. It's been a sparkling morning till the afternoon. In fact, the sun is out. So befitting the occasion, being a Spark Summit, I would just like to add a few things with Spark. We've been through for many years now. I mean, for the past 2 years. Before this also, there was a different name known as Aspire, along with the planning department in sports and youth affairs. So this program has actually been rooted into that kind of ideas and concept, and been taken over by the education department as a whole. And here we are today, and I thank the Honorable Chief Minister who has taken his interests also in this Sparks program, and to upscale it to the other parts of the state also, and many other children who are out there who are waiting for the opportunities such as these. I would just like to add one more thing, that to the team, to the entire team who is working on this program, it's very important that to put this in mind about the child's position in this program. It's very important to put a child as number one in this program. The core importance is the child. I've been hearing a lot about teachers, but the child is the main focus point in this program. So therefore, I always believe that for any program in education, you should put the child in front. And you should build a child to be a critic. When you become a critic, you have to go through a lot of efforts. One of the efforts is to research, analyze, and program yourself with that kind of information behind you that will build you the confidence. That was the NEP also is teaching us that today. Experiential learning. So in everything that you do, experience should come first. The teaching and learning process today should be experiential. That means everything that we learn today, we teach today, should be with experience, hands-on skills, to build up this critique on ourselves. I always believe in the Benjamin Bloom taxonomy also, that builds us the cognitive and the psychomotor skills that is required to build up this higher order of learning, higher order of thinking, higher order of speaking in public speaking. Because when we start speaking, we generally start from 0 and then we end up in 10. It's always important to understand where you start and where you end. That is the good speaker, oratory skills, where you will build your confidence in the years to come also. So I will not take your time. I know that we have a long morning, a long day. So I would like to express my gratitude today as we draw to this inspiring celebration to a close. I would like to offer my vote of thanks on behalf of the Government of Meghalaya, the Education Department, and Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan. First and foremost, we extend our deepest gratitude to our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri Conrad Sangma, for his presence here today. Wherever he is, thank you so much, sir, for giving time to education to be part of this program. I also like to thank to our Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Rakamai Sangma. Thank you, sir, for your encouragement, for being a true champion for education at every level. I always like to express my gratitude to Shri Rupert Momin, the MLA who was here with us to join us in this celebration. Also express our sincere appreciation to Shri H.M. Shampliang, the advisor to Government of Meghalaya, the Education Department. Always a supporter, always a leader, inspirators. Heartfelt thanks to you too, was Secretary and State Project Director Shri Swapnil Tembe, whose clarity and vision and leadership have been the focus, the foremost focus in shaping the Spark program. And to our director, Bante Kashandi, thank you for opening today the events and with your warm and conviction. To all the principal and teachers who are here, who have joined us, your work has been recognized, has been the grassroots to give this Spark a life and meaning. And to the students who have took the stage, Adona Cherisa Pawa, Lambhameki Marwein, Medarisha Langrin, your voices are powerful reminders of why we do what we do today. To our panelists who share their thoughts, Dr. Waimi Sa Sumer, Mr. Frederick Marwein, Valarie Khonglah, Lynette Niangti, and Jasmine Laitphlang, thank you for your passion and conviction. The pillars of Spark, Model and Soft Skills in school are stronger because of educators like yourself. A special mention to Avenues, our implementing agencies will be going a long ways, a long journey from here on for designing and delivering the programs across districts, but not only for that, but for organizing the summit from start to finish, ensuring every detail reflects the heart of Spark. To the students of Mau Thau Pada Presbyterian Higher Secondary, Maharam Government Higher Secondary, and to Kit Shampliang, the Somersault, and the Children's Choir, your redemption of the Spark anthem move us all. A summit of this scale is never possible without the support of many hands behind the scenes. We extend our sincere thanks to the hospitality and housekeeping teams, the guest lodge staff, and who ensured our students had a safe and comfortable stay, the transport vendors and travel coordinators who ensured smooth logistics, the caterers who took care of our meals, the sound stage, the lighting teams who brought professionalism and precision, the branding and visual teams for capturing the identity of Spark in every detail, and the live video platform and production team who captured today's moment for us to reflect on and carry forward. And finally, to our family, the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan family, the team, thank you for being the engine behind this journey and for your dedication to make the pilot of Spark and today's summit a success. Let us carry the energy of today's forward to continue nurturing confidence, resilience, and kindness in every school across Meghalaya. Huble Shibon, Mithila, thank you, Jai Hind. God bless you all.
All right, I want all of you to stand up on your seats. Stand up where you are, not on top of the seats, of course. Now I'll count 1, 2, 3. You have to give me a big smile. All right. I know you're tired. Food is waiting. That's why you're smiling. Okay. The reward for the smile is the food is waiting for you. Okay. Ready, everyone? Fine. Number 1, you stand up. Number 2, you sleep. No, don't sleep. You smile. And you will all shout together, "We are the Spark." Got it? Ready? So we'll try once. Okay, practice. 1, 2, 3. Now, I think it's better if you raise your hand like that. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we'll do that properly. Now, final shot. Ready, sir? More energy. I need more energy. Okay, so they haven't eaten. All right, cool. More energy. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Now, immediately after you said we are a spark, you clap your hands as loud as you can, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo! Done, sir? Perfect. All right, thank you. Sit down. And now we will be showing you the after movie. And, of course, school by school, I will be naming your school. That school can get out to collect your lunch boxes. So it'll be school by school first. Everybody will not go at the same time. Understood?